Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna be looking at Eastman and Laird's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mirage Comics Casey Jones by NECA Toys. Growing up I was a huge fan of 1987 TMNT cartoon, and to this day that is my preferred version of the Turtles. But in the last few years NECA has been killing it with their TMNT releases. I mean, they are firing on all cylinders. 90s movie Turtles, 87 cartoon Turtles, comic version of Turtles. They are really giving us a lot of options. At first my main goal was to focus on 90s movie figures because I was all into realistic version of the four brothers, but in time I fell in love with 87 cartoon figures, and I do have a lot of them, but I'm missing cartoon version of Casey Jones. And so while I'm hoping that NECA will re-release that figure, I wanted to get this comic version because it looks like such a badass. I love the character. Last year when Shredder's Revenge game was released, I stormed through the game just to be able to unlock Casey and replay the whole thing as him. So yeah, I was excited to get this figure, and let's take a closer look at it. He does look really good just standing there like this. His proportions are a little bit weird, but it's comic book, and so in that style it looks like he was on those pages. What I like about these NECA TMNT figures is, especially when they are from comics, how they use these black lines on the whole body of the figure so that it kind of mimics that art style of comics, like drawing lines and so forth. And look at the mask. It's clean, there is no wash on it, but it looks so good. The sculpting is so crisp, and I like these sharp lines and the way that his eyes are sharp like this, because it kind of gives him that menacing look, like a crazy man who is out on the street fighting crime. The hair is sculpted really good, and there is a wash on the hair. As you see, the strap of the mask goes under the hair. It's visible here at the back, and it's all sculpted that way. The shirt is ripped at the sleeves and it's lifted up so that his pecs are visible. There is a softer sculpting of his muscles, and the pins are visible. His sweatpants are tied here, and this is a sculpted piece that is painted. We have some wrinkles here at the crotch, and this is a softer material, and also black lines that are making those wrinkles even more visible. More wrinkles here at his legs, pins that are visible at the knees again. And then the way that sweatpants are sculpted, they are bunched up here at the ankle. His boots are looking really good. The sculpting and again the black outline gives us that comic book feeling. And then at his feet we have these peg holes, and there is no sculpting here at the base. The gloves are not sculpted, they are painted, and there is a little bit of wrinkling here that is sculpted, but for the most part the gloves are painted over his hand. On the back we can also see some more wrinkles that are outlined with these black lines, his muscles as well, and yeah, great attention to details. He doesn't have to have a wash over his body because it does represent a comic character, so it's really good. In terms of his articulation, the head is on a ball joint at the top of his neck, and the head can look up this much. It's hindered because of his hair. He can look down this much. The head can rotate 360, and the head can tilt a little bit from side to side. His arms go up this much, and I have to say that joints are a little bit stuck, so I had to use a blow dryer to soften up the joints a little bit. It is possible that his arms can go even further, but at the moment, my version of the figure, this is the range that we get. We have a bicep swivel, there is no butterfly joint, we have a double bend at the elbow, but both of my elbows here are stuck. This second joint here doesn't want to move further than this, and you can see that there is still some range for it to bend up, but it flexes and comes back. So I don't want to force it, I don't want to break anything on this figure. So yeah, at the wrist we have this hinge joint that goes in and out, and it's the same way on the other hand. At the torso we have a cut up here and down at the base, so just this uppercut gives us a little bit of movement side to side and a little bit of wobbling, and then at the base it also rotates practically 360. So together those two joints give us this much forward, a little bit back. This is a softer piece, and so the legs can move forward this much, back this much. There is a thigh swivel, double bend at the knees. We have a boot cut, and so the feet swivel. They go back this much, forward this much, and then we have an ankle pivot. And as we saw before, there is a peg hole at the bottom of the feet. Our Casey Jones here comes with a nice range of accessories, so we're gonna take a look at them. We get 3 interchangeable hands, and all of them are gripping hands for holding his weapons. His weapons have different thickness, so they gave us 3 types of gripping hands for each of his weapons. We get 2 alternate hands for his right arm and 1 for his left arm. We get 2 baseball bats that are sculpted and painted really nicely, and we are again getting those comic book black lines. We get a golf bat and a hockey stick. They also give us this bag so that all of the weapons can be stored like this, and all of them fit in. There is a strap here that's of a softer plastic, and you have to be careful not to break this, but this goes over his shoulder. They give us this mask because the one that's on the figure is not removable, so this is a removed mask from his face, and the strap is molded in a way that it looks like he is holding it in his hand, so it can be used for that kind of pose. And then we are also getting his unmasked head. It has a crazy angry expression, the gritting teeth, again those black lines that are giving us that comic book vibe. Let's now compare our Casey Jones with a few other figures. Here he is with NECA Mirage Comics Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Leonardo and Raphael bootlegs from AliExpress. Here he is with NECA's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 87 cartoon version Leonardo and Michelangelo. And here he is with NECA's 90s TMNT movie counterpart of Casey Jones and Donatello. Here he is with Mafex The Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett and the Black Series Return of the Jedi Boba Fett. Here we have him with Bandai model kit Darth Vader with custom soft goods and the SH Figure Arts Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker. And finally, here he is with Marvel Legends movie Deadpool and Marvel Legends movie Iron Man from Thanos 2-pack. So all in all, this is another strong release by NECA Toys. His aesthetics and proportions are a great representation of the original comic, and those black lines are giving this figure a look that fits into that NECA Mirage Comics line that they are doing. Because that same aesthetics can be seen on their first Turtles that they made back in 2008 and all of the other figures from their comic line. So it's a great release. I would maybe like for their joints to be a little more durable and not so stiff, but if you ask me, it's better for a figure to have stiff joints than loose joints, right? So I'm satisfied with this purchase. I'm satisfied with the way that figure turned out. I'm still hoping that NECA will re-release that cartoon version of Casey Jones, and until then, this will be my Casey Jones for my cartoon shelf. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this figure, but for me, that's all I wanted to say for this video. Thank you all for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.